I would be, it would be bad if I did not point out the little bee on the side of Leo's sleeve. That is the Killer Bee, American Killer Bees Association, who me and my husband are under. Coach Israel Gomez has the headquarters out in Melbourne, Florida. My husband's a chew black, 2-degree black belt under him.
That's why we've got Victoria here, as seasoned as anyone in the building. And we now turn to the grappling match between Leo and Frederick.
And we're going to see more of a chess match here. You know, whenever I go with people that are more seasoned, you know, they're not going to give you the grips that you want. You're going to be jostling for just about everything. You know, you see Leo grab for the neck, and Frederick is not going to let him have the neck. You know, you see him grabbing for the wrist, and he's rolling out of that. So he got this pull down hard-earned because his opponent was not just letting him do that.
Kelly Leo extremely strong, too, it appears. Goodness.
He's got a pretty slick guillotine. Frederick pushing off the cage. Now that he's down to the ground, he might get turned out of it. I think, you know, Leo's gonna give that up and take the back. But what I'm saying is you're not gonna see as much of the chaos that we've seen in these last few MMA bouts, because these guys are more technical. Everything is hard earned because they're not just gonna, they know what's going on. So it's a chess match. There's no other way to really put it.
Yeah, they're not gonna make those bad mistakes that put them in vulnerable positions here. And you could see early on Kelly Leo showing off the strength, nearly just pulling Frederick up off the floor. That was really impressive stuff. And then Frederick jumping off the cage. But we continue on with no score. Again, each submission will be 1 point. Whoever has the most points at the end of this 8 minutes will be the winner. If there is no winner, we will have a sudden death round.
Well, not quite sudden death. 2-minute overtime.
Something along that line.
Yeah, they will go either by the fastest submission or the fastest escape. Much more about that later. We'll see if we even have to explain all of that after this is said and done. Nice pressure from Leo, getting past the legs of Frederick.
Now on the side control here for Leo.
Just checking the hip so we can kind of clock around. See, it's called a Marcelo ride. This is kind of like a side control where you sit your butt out. Now he's back to a regular side control. Again, more of a technical side to this fight. This stuff I like to see.
3 minutes gone, no score yet.
And he's looking to trap that arm, but Frederick has got it in between his legs to defend. Don't have the angle anymore. He's still got a hand on that wrist. He's looking for that Kimura, and now he's got it almost locked out. Frederick is fighting him on it hard. Got to kind of keep that arm straight because he's looking to bend that arm and turn it up so that it's a shoulder lock. It hurts the shoulder area. And that's one of the things about this higher level grappling is he used his opponent's defense of that move to now take the back.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Even though he gets onto the Kimura, does Frederick, he gives up his back. Great job by Leo.
And that's why I try to explain to people that are new to jiu-jitsu, it's a very hard deficit to overcome when you don't have experience on the grounds, because someone more experienced than you knows what kind of defense you're going to put up, and they already have a plan to follow that up.
They almost set you up and trap you in a way.
They know where you guys are going, where both of you are going, when you are just focused on the here and now. They're 3 steps ahead. But Frederick's still in this game. He's defending the arm here, keeping it away from his neck.
Leo trying to lock up that body triangle. Frederick doing his best to break it up. 3.5 remaining.
Kind of got to get ahead of that because it's such a hard once somebody has a body charm, it's very hard to get out of.
I see Frederick working on that. He's like a right arm over there.
He's doing what he needs to do as far as getting his hips to the ground to get out of that choke.
But Kelly Leo just swarming him.
Staying on that back, resetting. He might be able to finish here. No, and did not remain under the chin. A little bit of that beard magic.
Is that something that does make a difference, you would think, in chokes like that, is possibly having the beard for it to, I guess, roll off of there, if you will?
Maybe so. I don't know.
I guess that's something you probably don't know too much about. I hope you're not out there choking any bearded ladies. So 2.5 remaining, still 0-0. A submission over these final 2.5 could do it.
There. And that choke that Frederick was threatening, it becomes null and void once Leo gets his legs past. It is inside control. You really want to let go of that, because if you don't, you let your opponent on top has a choke there. So it's a good thing that you let go of that. Very kind of a risky move to roll away from your opponent in that position.
We'll see if Leo starts trying to throw up some submissions here, understanding that the clock is running out. Across the chin on that one.
Oh, if he can get him rolled over, that's a very difficult
Final
position.
90 seconds of the match. Final 90 seconds.
So you don't want somebody on your back, but you definitely don't want to be face down with somebody on your back. That's another very difficult position.
Is that the worst position, is being flattened out just like that?
One of the worst, for sure.
Now Kelly Leo is going to look for a triangle. Not going to happen.
I don't know what happened there, but we had some apologies, and he was like, it's okay.
A lot of respect between these two guys before this grappling match, and it appears to continue as we are inside 1 minute of regulation. A submission here in this final 60 would do it.
Using that knee block to get himself up, where you would probably stand up in MMA. He's going for the guillotine, doesn't get it, takes it back. Good transitions. That's something that's standing out to me in this fight is from Leo. He's got very good transitions, and that is what you get better at. Everybody comes in and learns the submissions. They learn the triangle, they learn the RNC, but what they struggle with is getting there and how you get there. Just like you throw combinations on your feet to set up certain punches, as you throw certain submissions to set up other submissions. Here we have an arm bar attempt. If he can get him flipped over or belly down here. Frederick's got his arms locked up nice and tight.
And great defense there by Billy Frederick not to give in to the pressure.
Good heel hook attempt, but we are in 0-0 overtime. So what I believe is going to happen is Larry is going to set one of them up with each other's back, and that person is going to try to sink the RNC, and their opponent is going to try to get out of it. So if one opponent sinks the RNC and the other opponent doesn't, the one that gets the submission wins. If they both escape the submission, it'll be whoever has the fastest submission. If they both get an RNC, it'll be whoever has the fastest RNC.
So it will not be sudden death like I... No, you did. You crushed it. No, you explained it much better than I did earlier. I just went with sudden death because I was completely wrong. Victoria giving us the...
Sudden death sounds cooler.
It does. I'm so used to... So I do play-by-play, mostly football, baseball, basketball. A lot of times you got some sudden death overtimes in a lot of the sports that I will broadcast. But we've got overtime between Kelly Leo and Billy Frederick. We'll see who can come up with the fastest escape.
Nobody able to secure a submission in our first round. So now we have two minutes sudden death overtime rounds right now.
Still sudden death.
Escape, best position change. Can't win them down for either fighter now.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better that Dynamite went with the same verbiage.
Sudden death is the cooler name, the shorter version. I just wanted to give out the technical breakdown for, for those people that are the real you know, the jiu-jitsu buffs out there.
Well, I'm sure everybody's realized at this point you are the real jiu-jitsu buff here in this commentary crew. I'm just trying to get us through as Victoria carries the entire broadcast, to be honest with you. Great. Victoria's been incredible all night tonight. And again, I always tip my cap to you. Do a tremendous job, and we really appreciate you so much. But back to the action. Kelly Leo, Billy Frederick. Who will have the quickest escape? 2 minutes on the clock here.
Okay, so basically Leo has 2 minutes to get the choke. Frederick has 2 minutes to escape. He's been escaping all night, so I'm thinking he'll be able to do it again.
Leo is cranking on that neck. Super
yeah, a lot of neck cranking going on. It is very uncomfortable, but it doesn't choke you. However, Frederick might wake up tomorrow with a very big crick in his neck.
So 30 seconds gone. Again, pay attention to the clock here because the escape time is what matters.
Now, I don't know if he has to specifically go for an RC or if he just look for any submission. There are ways of transitioning to like an armbar here and other submissions. He definitely just doesn't want to let him go because that will contribute to his opponent's escape time.
Yeah, it's such a battle because you want to try and lock up the submission, but you don't want your opponent to escape, so you got to be careful. Final 50 seconds here. But one thing that I did notice with Kelly Leo after that first 8 minutes, he was completely gassed. I mean, he went and fell down over there in his corner. He was kind of having some fun with it, but there's no doubt he had gone deep into the gas tank in that first 8.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what he does if we make it through these 20 seconds and Frederick gets his back. You know, like I said earlier, when we saw our young guys out there, I was like, well, it's hard to get the choke sometimes because they have really small necks. Leo's got a very thick build. That thick neck might put him at a disadvantage, but now he does seem to be the upper belt here, so he's calling for 1 second.
So I had the escape at, what, 12 seconds remaining on the clock, I believe?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I had it at 12 seconds, so Kelly Leo will have
just has to escape faster than that. Now, if he gets submitted, I believe Frederick would win.
Correct, yeah.
So.
And Leo, as you can see, he was super gassed at the end of the first 8.
I don't know what the rules here are for how much rest he gets.
Well, if I'm Frederick, I want to get right back into the action, right? I know that.
Right, but he has a ton of respect for his opponent here.
Yeah, definitely. And there's been a ton of respect all night from the fans, the fighters. It really has been an incredible night all the way around here in Vicksburg.
They're doing good. Frederick not taking advantage of Mr. Larry Maxson discussing something.
I think Larry was probably getting the escape time.
Okay.
So he can tell them exactly where they're at and when they need, or tell Kelly when he needs to escape at least. All right, so here we go. Clock is ticking.
Kelly's turning his hips out, which is what you want to do in that position, getting your back to the mat. Frederick did a good job of following him into mount, however. So he's not out of it yet. He's looking for a deep half, back to guard. I think that counts right there. That should count. He is out of the deep waters now.
I believe that should be the end of it. So if I'm not mistaken, that's a win for Kelly Leo?
I believe so.
I believe so? I feel like I'm questioning myself here. Should be Kelly Leo as he escaped with 130, a minute and 30 seconds on the clock. Oh, goodness. All right. So there you have it. We'll let Dynamite take it over. He'll give you your official results.
30 high-level jiu-jitsu skills on display. We have got our winner by fastest escape in our sudden death overtime. Let's hear it for Vicksburg's home, Kelly.
You still demonstrated a lot of skill on the ground, a lot of transitions, the way that you moved from different submissions. You really did have most of the control throughout the fight. How are you feeling with your performance?
I wanted a couple of submissions in to make these guys happy, but other than that, it was awesome. You know, I did well. That dude's freaking good for a purple belt. So heads up on that. My forearms are on fire right now. Cannot move. What's next?
Well, I can tell you guys had a lot of respect for each other. You both put on a great performance. What are you thinking is next? Are you looking to get back in here and do some more grappling?
Absolutely. I'd love to get back in here and do this. This part's fun. I don't want 8-minute rounds, though. I want submission. First submission. No overtime. That's way too long. Way too long for that.
Well, you've put on a great performance. Who would you like to give a shout-out to here tonight?
Well, first of all, Kessler Prime Steakhouse in Richland, Mississippi. Best steaks in town. Got to get there tomorrow night to celebrate this win. My mom's sitting right over here. Hey, Mom. Hello, Aunt Virginia. I think they left. Never mind. Carlos is freaking amazing. Everybody that's here needs to be training at the old gym tomorrow. Get in there tomorrow. This stuff is more than just getting in and fighting. It's life-changing for some of these guys. Get out here and see what it's all about and start training. That's all I got. Thank you.